Namaste, my friends. Today now we will continue with the nutritional importance of lipids. Okay. So, what is the nutritional importance of lipids? Why we have to take lipids in our lipids or fats in the diet? So, as you know, fats are the most concentrated fuel for our body. So, last class I taught you 1 gram of fat provides 9 kilocalories of energy, and mm, these fatty acids, they can be directly used as for energy purpose, or they can be stored in the adipose tissue as triglycerides. Okay, for future purpose, they can be stored in the adipose tissue as triacylglycerols or triglycerides. And the fats, from the structural point of view, uh, these fats, they form the major proportion of the cell membrane under the architecture in the architecture of the cell. Okay, and these dietary fats, whatever fats you consume, dietary fats, they provide essential fatty acids. You know, you have studied essential fatty acid. There are three essential fatty acids: linoleic acid, linolenic acid, and arachidonic acid. Whereas arachidonic acid can be synthesized in our body to some extent by linoleic acid. Uh, you know all this. Okay, what is the importance of essential fatty acid? It's a very important short note question. It has been already dealt in the uh, uh, when you studied lipids. Okay, chemistry of lipids. It has been dealt already. So I will not go into it again. So the dietary fats, they provide uh, essential fatty acids and also fat soluble vitamins. Okay, the fat soluble vitamins A, D, E, K, they are mainly soluble in fats. Okay, they are mainly soluble in fats. So dietary fats provide essential fatty acids and fat soluble vitamins. And one more importance of these fats is some of the fats and fat soluble compounds, they add to the flavor and aroma of the foods, and thus contribute to the taste of the food. Okay, as you know, fats, they contribute to the flavor and aroma of the food, and thus contribute to the taste of the food. And arachidonic acid, it acts as a precursor for synthesis of eicosanoids. Arachidonic acid, it acts as a precursor for the synthesis of eicosanoids. What are the eicosanoids? These are prostaglandins, prostacyclins, leukotrienes, lipoxins, thromboxans. These are all the eicosanoids. And one more important thing is this arachidonic acid, it can undergo non-enzymatic peroxidation. Arachidonic acid, it can undergo non-enzymatic peroxidation to form lipid hydroperoxides, which can oxidize the fatty acid. Okay, fatty acids in the cell membranes, leading to programmed cell death or apoptosis. This you will study in pathology. What is programmed cell death or apoptosis? So sometimes many cells are uh, eliminated from the body. That is called apoptosis or programmed cell death. So this non-enzymatic peroxidation of arachidonic acid will form lipid hydroperoxides, which oxidize the fatty acids in the cell membranes, leading to the cell death, programmed cell death or apoptosis. And next thing, this is about the nutritional importance of lipids. The main thing is they provide fat soluble vitamins and essential fatty acids. The other things are, it's a concentrated source of energy. 1 gram of fat provides 9 kilocalories of energy, and they can be directly, fatty acids can be directly used for energy, or they can be stored as triglycerides in the adipose tissue and can be used for later purpose, energy purpose. And one more thing is just a revision this is, and they form the major part of the cell membrane and other architecture of the cell. And these some of the fats and fat soluble vitamins contribute to the taste of the food, the flavor, aroma and taste of the food. And this arachidonic acid, it acts as a precursor for the synthesis of eicosanoids like prostaglandins, prostacyclins, thromboxanes, leukotrienes and lipoxanes. And arachidonic acid, when it undergoes non-enzymatic peroxidation, it leads to the formation of lipid hydroperoxides. These lipid hydroperoxides will oxidize the cell membrane fatty acids present in the cell membrane, leading to the cell death, programmed cell death, also called apoptosis. This is the nutritional importance of lipids. So what will happen if we consume excess of fat? What will happen? So if we consume excess of saturated fatty acids, saturated fats, it is linked to the it is associated with a coronary artery disease and atherosclerosis. Leads excess of saturated fat consumption, overconsumption of saturated fats is linked to development of coronary artery disease and atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis and coronary artery disease. And also it will lead to the increase in blood cholesterol, especially the LDL, low density lipoprotein, LDL, which is also called bad cholesterol. This is if you consume excess of saturated fats. Whereas if you consume excess of polyunsaturated fatty acids, PUFA, PUFA, if you consume excess of polyunsaturated fatty acids, it can lead to the formation of increased levels, it can lead to the increased blood levels of peroxides. So these peroxides will lead to the formation of free radicals. So to counter these free radicals, we have to take antioxidants. Suppose if you are taking excess of polyunsaturated fatty acids, to counter the free radicals, we need to take antioxidants like vitamin E. So one exception for this is fish oils. Fish oils contain EPA and DHA. What is EPA? EPA means eicosapentaenoic acid and DHA means docosahexaenoic acid. So these are omega-3 fatty acids. These are present in fish oils. So they are associated with reduced incidence of myocardial infarction, and consumption of it reduces the chances of myocardial infarction and atherosclerosis. So these fish oils have a lot of uses. Not only they reduce the development of myocardial infarction and atherosclerosis, they are also used for depression, joint pains, arthritis and joint pains. It is very useful, and also there are many uses. It is being still, the research is going on about these fish oils. There are more than 30 uses. Just if you Google it, you will get more than 30 uses of fish oils. So what will happen if you consume excess of saturated fats? The chances are more likely to develop atherosclerosis and coronary artery disease, and also it will increase the blood cholesterol levels. especially the LDL, low density lipoproteins. Whereas if you consume overconsumption of polyunsaturated fatty acids or PUFA, it will increase the levels of peroxides in the blood, which will synthesize excess of free radicals. Free radicals are linked to the development of cancers. As you know, cancers and many of the diseases in the body are linked to the many chronic illnesses are linked to the development of free radicals. So if you intake more amount of these polyunsaturated fatty acids, it is advised to take antioxidants like vitamin E along with it. The one exception for in this case is fish oils. Fish oils, they contain eicosapentaenoic acid and docosahexaenoic acid. They are associated with reduced development of myocardial infarction and coronary artery disease and atherosclerosis. They also have many uses. Okay, joint pains, reducing depression. Okay, that is about what will happen if you consume excess of fats. So what will happen if you consume less fats? If you consume less amount of fat, it will lead to deficiency of fat soluble vitamins and deficiency of essential fatty acids. Okay, essential fatty acids, why they are called essential fatty acids? They have to be supplied in the diet because body cannot synthesize it, especially the two essential fatty acids, linoleic and linolenic acid. Arachidonic acid can be synthesized to some extent by linoleic acid. So the first two, linoleic and linolenic acid, are very essential. It has to be supplied in the diet. So if you consume less amount of fat, it will lead to the deficiency of essential fatty acid. And the second one, it will also lead, if you consume less amount of fat, it will lead to the deficiency of fat soluble vitamins. And the next thing is, this is about dietary importance of nutritional importance of lipids. So the nutritionists, they advise us minimum 15 to 20%, 15 to 25% of the dietary intake, dietary requirement, it should come from fat intake. Okay, 15 to 25%. Whereas for carbohydrates it is 40 to 60%, around 40 to 65%. It should minimum requirement should come from carbohydrates. And the polyunsaturated fatty acid should be 50%. It should be not more than 50%. Okay, polyunsaturated fatty acid should not be more than 50%. This is about the nutritional importance of lipids. Okay.